Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gleemen. Vance here, joined as usual by Matt and Drew. How's it going, guys?
Hey, everyone.
Hello, doing good.
Good. Before we jump into today's show, which will be a first-time reader check-in, as Matt has finished The Fires of Heaven, we got a couple of housekeeping items. So first on the docket is that we now have a live and active Discord. That's right. If you want to come chat with us, I've got that server up and running. So I'll include the link down in the little description box there. If you want to come hang with us, go down there and join. Second, I do want to call out that earlier this month I was on the Wheel podcast over there with Alan, Chris, and Ian. They were gracious enough to have me on. Even though I wasn't able to make it for the full episode, I hopped on for the last couple of minutes there and just enjoyed talking with those guys and listening to their speculation. I think truly they have some of the craziest and most interesting theories about the Wheel of Time that I've ever heard, and I enjoy listening to them immensely. So if y'all have not checked them out, go ahead, head over, and give them a listen. Last item on the list is I was also on the Dusty Wheel last week. For those of you who may not have caught it. So, if you didn't, go check that episode out. We talked the Women of the Forsaken. So, specifically focusing in on Lanfear, Moghedien, and Grendel. If you are not past A Memory of Light, aka finish the series, don't go watch the video because it will contain full series spoilers. With that out of the way, let's do a quick real life update. So guys, how's stuff been?
Pretty good. Yeah,
Cool.
decent.
You're working from home a decent bit, Matt?
Sort of, kind of.
Sort of, kind of. Cool.
Not really. I mean, right now I am, but that's because it's the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things are good for me. Turns out having a baby keeps you rather busy.
Huh. Who would have thought,
Yeah,
maybe
how about
only
that?
the millions and hundreds of millions of parents who came before.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Dude, he will not sleep, guys. Oh. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
I believe I saw an Instagram post about that, about how he
Yeah.
refuses to sleep.
I think he's coming. Okay, so I'll end personal update with this little anecdote. He has started sitting up in his crib and then falling asleep sitting up, and so he bobbles around. But then he got to where he could easily climb up and like grab hold of the rail of the crib and scream and shake it. But then he would stand up and scream and shout for about a minute and a half, sink down to a sitting position, and then fall asleep with his head slumped against the crib. And so he's slept a number of hours with it just like forehead on crib lately. It's pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah. Hey,
I
just
feel like an awful parent leaving him, but there you go.
No, I think it's best to let him figure it out on his own, right? Like that's life.
So anyway, life is good, and
Good,
it's nice to be
good.
back.
Yep. Good. Awesome. So, without much more to do, let's go ahead and jump on into this first-time reader check-in. So, Matt, we were chatting beforehand about the very end of the book. So,
Yes.
and specifically, it was about
just-
Asmodean.
We're
We're jumping right into this. We're
We're
jumping right into this. We're going to listen
Okay.
to Matt's wild speculation, and then we'll get his impressions.
wild speculation.
Exactly. Let's
Okay.
go.
Totally unfounded.
Yep.
So, there's not a lot of Forsaken left. I mean, there are, but there's also not.
But is anyone really ever dead?
And I don't think... Okay. So Asmodean just got offed. And did not... was like, you! Or something like that. And... so it was a very big shock that this person was killing him.
Yeah.
So I think Well,
right.
I don't want to give away spoilers
Hold
for
on.
the next book.
Hold on. That's don't get into the next book. Just at that moment, with all the Forsaken that you were aware of, that you had seen, who do you think it could be from that group?
Okay, well, it's not Mo Gideon.
Okay, 1 down.
I don't think it's Samael.
2 down.
I don't really think it's Damodred either. Because we haven't really heard much of him either. Like, we don't know anything really about him.
You haven't seen him in at the end of Fires of Heaven, so he's not one of the ones you knew about, really.
Yeah. It could be Cimarog or Grendel. I feel like it might either be a woman or the person that we talked about earlier.
Who did we talk about earlier? I forgot.
Like, before stream.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. Who was that?
Oh, well, I mean, this would be a spoiler for the next book.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Gotcha. Well, just so everyone knows, Matt is a few chapters into Lord of Chaos. I wish he would have told me he had finished Fires of Heaven, but he didn't. So,
yeah.
We don't have his complete unadulterated opinions here, just to make that clear. But he's not very far into FO8, Lord of Chaos. So
I don't. This is tough.
Just throw it out. Who do you really think it is?
Messina or Cimarog either.
All right, so you don't think it's Masana?
Masana, not Messina.
Masana.
Anyways,
it's 2 A's, not an I.
Matt, now that I'm back and have resolved my audio issues, I will never judge you for a pronunciation of names, which makes me almost unique in this community.
Okay, I think it could be. I don't know. This is tough.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know.
That's fine. So you don't know who killed Asmo. You don't even have an idea.
It's either a woman or it's that person.
The person he's talking about is Mazrim Taim, everybody.
Yeah.
So that's how far he is in Lord of Chaos. He's met Taim, and
I don't like him.
Really? What would give you that impression? Anyway, we're not here to talk about Lord of Chaos. We're here to talk about Fires of Heaven. So, Matt,
yes,
just in general, you and I kind of checked in a little bit because you had some questions about Fires of Heaven, 2 weeks ago? Roughly, maybe 3 weeks ago at this point. I can't recall. Everything blurs together. But, so how has the book wrapped up?
It wrapped up. Well, the last chapter was a little... Like, most of the chapters have ended on a battle scene or something like that. Mm-hmm. On this book, it's the chapter before.
Yep.
Ends on the battle scene. And then the last chapter is just him doing some housekeeping, sort of.
Yeah.
In Andor. So, I don't think it ended... last chapter wise as strong, but as like a book ending, I think it was a great book ending.
Oh yeah,
that was the most epic battle with Nynaeve stealthing around holding Mo Gideon with the IDOM and just like, all right, you're gonna go over there and you are gonna fireball him. And the whole entire time, Mo Gideon's just like terrified.
Didn't that comeuppance feel so good?
It's so great. Just giving some of them them some of their own medicine.
Right. So, what did you think about Rand's battle with Ravine?
That was great too. I mean, they're just skimming or traveling all over the place, and then he eventually travels. Which I didn't know you could even do. Maybe I missed that you could actually physically go to Teleron Riyadh.
Teleron Riyadh.
Teleron Riyadh, yeah.
Teleron Riyadh, they're both kind of generally accepted, so.
But that's crazy that you can just physically go there. Not dream go there, but just straight up go there. It's crazy.
I mean, I want to say that you've technically seen it happen already, but you weren't aware of it.
Where the
I think it's already
snake
happened.
and fox people? Is that...
No.
No. I don't want to say this unless, in case I have my chronology wrong, but I think you've seen this.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Drew. I'm pretty sure it happens at least once in the first 3 books. Oh,
you're talking about the first 3 books. Well, yeah, but I don't think in that case you know what's happening.
I mean, I agree. That's like a thing on rereads. The stones.
The traveling
portal
stones?
No. Portals? No, not portals. They don't have
That's
any.
another very strange, different world in this world.
Are we blowing Matt's mind?
Wait, no.
I'm pretty sure we've seen it. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure
Perrin has his wolf dreams, but they're still dreams. And
hasn't the person who's going to come back from the place to the other group of people already done that?
Yeah, I think so. I think
that's
person
what we're talking about,
who
right?
went from that place to those people has done it exactly.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
We're just confusing.
Well, that's the point. You're not supposed to know.
Yeah, we're just.
Where are the Wonder Girls right now,
Matt? They
Tanchico.
are...
Right?
No, they are in...
No, Saladar.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of them?
No. I mean, but they're not meeting physically in Teleronriad. They're using things to help them dream into Teleronriad. So I don't know what you're talking about. Physically, bodily going there.
No, he meant...
We're wrong. We're wrong, Vance.
all...
It hasn't happened yet.
No.
He used a literal gateway to go into Teleronriad. He didn't dream into Teleronriad.
Hold on. I think what Drew meant was, where are Nynaeve and Egwene Nynaeve and Elaine versus where's Egwene kind of scenario. Like, they're physically separated at this point.
Yes, they are.
Is that what you were going for, Drew? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I think it was confusing from our last topic to this one to transition.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying very hard to ask my question unspoilery.
Right.
And we straightened that out.
I've read the book, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we can be all spoilers for Fires of Heaven.
Like
I think the problem is, Matt, is that, I'm currently in a reread. I'm still on Dragon Reborn. Drew has read other books since his previous reread. My
last reread has really been a hot minute ago.
Yeah. So we are, like, everything blurs together, once you complete the series and you're got some separation from the books. So it's better if you have them fresh in your mind. So we know the events of the entire series, but we don't know necessarily in which book they all happen.
So this whole roundabout right here is where all of our readers who have finished the series are either cringing or laughing at us.
Yeah,
so
it's fine.
So I mean, like right now, Nynaeve and Elaine started near Samara.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And eventually they remembered that they needed to go to Saladar, where they basically became like they were accepted, but they were treated kind of like novices.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Chores upon chores.
Life was kind of hard for them.
So what did you think? So let's just jump into our usual questions, Matt. So overall impression of Fires of Heaven versus The Shadow Rising.
Hey, Vance.
This is going to be interesting. What's up?
Can I tack one on since we were just talking about the Rand Robin battle?
All right, go ahead. Tack it on.
How did you feel about this Rand Robin battle in comparison to the Rand Ishii battle at the end of Dragon Reborn?
It was much more epic. It didn't feel like it was over extremely quickly, like in Dragon Reborn.
Okay.
Like like Moraine bale-fired. Was it Balal? Yeah, Balal.
The weaver of nets.
And then Rand just killed Shamael.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah.
It was very short. It wasn't even like the whole chapter.
Yeah.
Of them doing that. So.
I guess I compare them because, we were saying it has happened, but you probably didn't recognize it. The Rand Ishii battle at the end of Dragon Reborn also takes a jaunt through Teller and Riyadh, where all kinds of weird, bizarre, like LSD level things happen. But to me, the Rand
I must have just
battle,
missed that completely.
Yeah. Well, to me, the Rand Ralvin battle leverages what he was trying to do with Teller and Riyadh and a battle there much better. Because you kind of have a sense of what the place is and how it can happen, and you appreciate it. Whereas, like, in Dragon Reborn, you're just like, what the heck? Lower dose on the drugs, man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Anyway.
Gotcha.
When I read it, I felt like he accomplished with Rand and Robin what he was trying to do with Rand and Ishii.
Okay.
But I didn't know what your feeling about the comparison was.
I couldn't even remember the fight. It was that short.
Yeah.
So much better.
Right. I mean, the thing everyone remembers at the end of the Dragon Reborn is Matt blowing a hole in the stone, right?
Like, yes, that's what I remember.
Yeah, that's the
part
everyone remembers. So,
but the Raven fight was great. There's just so many good parts to this book.
Yeah.
Like, new favorite. Like, I say this every time.
Yeah.
But new favorite. They just keep getting better so far.
I think that's a common thing, though, with your first time through the Wheel of Time. Is that Jordan is so good at buttoning up the endings of these books that they just... I don't know, he's just a master of like this... like he has the overarching narrative, right? But he also has what happens in this book, and he's just kind of masterful at how he interweaves them. Like one of my biggest complaints with a lot of media that attempts to do this, like with serialization, is that their monster of the week stuff often feels too disconnected from their main story. Like it doesn't matter, but nothing ever really feels that way in the Wheel of Time. But I mean, at least where you're at right now, let me just throw that out there. So
no, you're totally right, Jordan. Yeah, I would agree that Jordan's conflicts within each book get resolved with a lot of satisfaction, and yet still contribute and propel you. It's like, it's totally satisfying the way this book and its tension wrapped up. But the but at the end of that conflict still draws you further into the larger story.
Yes.
And even kind of like broadens the scope of the series for you.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to Lord of Chaos now to see
where everything goes.
Oh yeah, I mean Lord of Chaos is another very highly regarded book.
But yeah, this book was great. Good stuff.
Good.
Okay, so single favorite scene that wasn't the Rand Robin battle.
Oh. Okay. I think... maybe the Battle of Kyrianen?
Yes, we hadn't touched on it yet, but there it is. Our first real battle.
There's actual thought out.
Yeah.
Like,
I say that
like
the Battle of the Two Rivers was pretty real. Sorry.
Yeah, that was.
But I mean, this as well. But yes, but that was like
they're
a
all
town defending
becoming
itself.
Great generals.
So,
but Matt and his plans, and then
wasn't it great?
And not just that, but you have Avienda, and you've got Egwene, and Rand, and all three of them are just throwing fireballs and lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is so great. And then I guess Samael is also doing that from a very great distance somehow.
Dude, that battle is what made me appreciate the
and so like you don't even have a
devastating
Forsaken
range.
You don't even have a Forsaken at Kyrian. And they're still, his influence is still there.
Right.
Well, my impression was that he had jumped. I thought he had traveled fairly nearby.
Maybe he did, but
I don't remember.
It's not really said, I guess.
Yeah. But at the very least, he could
but
do
like
what he did.
He
from
has
far up with the
agents
telescope.
there and things like that, and I think he kind of, after Lanfear and Asmodean did their thing to Cúlóden, he kind of adopted the Shido a little bit. Maybe, I don't know.
Interesting theory.
Yeah.
At least it feels that way, because he was helping the Shido. Or maybe he was just against Rand. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's against Rand.
And that's generally a good position for him to take.
Well, I mean, everybody hates Rand, so it's fine.
Not all of them have taken outright
but
anti-Rand
you've got
strategies.
I'm trying to remember her name. Messina?
Masana. I mean, Matt, like
I support you, Matt.
I don't want to dog you too bad, but this name literally is Mesaana.
No, not her.
Nah, bro.
I've never even met her.
You're talking about
Shido Fardar Ismai. Who sleeps with Matt.
Melindra.
Oh,
wow.
Wait, okay, no, I'm judging you on that, man.
Yeah,
you got all the wrong consonants.
Okay. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Okay, well,
that's
regardless,
so terrible. How could you do that? That's worse than Boule. That's worse than Boulier.
Yeah, shut up.
Wait, what?
Shut up.
Matt
We're not gonna get into this.
We are. Matt used to call bullet bourbon Boulier.
No.
He added an extra syllable.
No.
Don't try and church it up, Matt. Your name's Matt Dirt.
Matt, is this a hey, shut up moment?
Shut up. No. Okay. So
sorry.
Anyways,
sorry, Matt. I had to bring it up.
Gets his guts ripped out.
Yeah.
By Melindra.
Yeah.
Using a dagger with bees on it.
Ooh.
And that's also Samael's little symbol.
Which, in all fairness, given Matt's taste and how to word this, choices about women was inevitably coming to him.
Oh, yes.
He either likes really dangerous women, or I've kind of noticed older women, or he's interested in older women, maybe not necessarily.
Sometimes they're into him.
Who?
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't know, it's kind of...
Yeah.
So hold on, I have to ask this now that we're on Matt and Melindra. What did you think of Matt's cock and balls out fight at the beginning of the book? People say there's no such thing as sex and nudity in the Wheel of Time, and it's totally PG. And,
wait, really? Who says that?
Oh, there's a lot of folks on the Facebook groups that have said it.
Who says that?
They're like, no, Wheel of Time. My 7-year-old kids can watch this show with me when it comes out. I hope they don't make it like Game of Thrones. And I'm like, y'all, it's just as bad, if not worse, in at least the violence, than Game of Thrones in some aspects.
Go, Matt.
Go. Sorry,
you've got Avienda undressing every night. So.
Yeah, that's not like sexual in nature, though.
No,
That's
no. But I'm just saying, like, if they don't think it's going to be like Game of Thrones,
girls taking their clothes off on set.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing sexual about that.
Well, I mean,
okay.
There's a lot of non-sexual nudity in the Wheel of Time, though.
And there's a lot of non-sexual nudity in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. But I would argue that most of the nudity in Game of Thrones is sexual.
Okay.
Like,
yes.
Yeah. Vince, to your point, there is a lot of nudity that is there for cultural purposes, not sexualization purposes.
Right. Well,
and I hope that's portrayed
this
well.
is that's getting.
Oh, hold on. I will
philosophy.
I will say that there are some instances where it's a cultural thing, but then it's also like a sexual thing because the men don't have to do it. Because think about when they have to run to Meridian. Matt and Rand get to go fully clothed, and Moraine and Avienda have to strip down bare to run to Meridian. And that's an instance of it being like not explicitly sexual nudity, but it's got some sexual charged stuff there. I just want to comment on it because someone would call us out if we did.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Boom. So there, YouTube angry commenter, I covered it.
Okay.
So you're talking about more a sexism charge versus a kind of an erotic charge. Is that what you're delineating?
Yeah. But let's let Matt get back to his thing. He's got a point he wants to make. We've derailed him long enough.
But yeah, it's Matt's relationships are very different than Rand's crazy relationships with all the women around him. His seemingly one-night stand with Avienda. Well, it's not gonna be a one-night stand. Let's be honest. It's not. Avienda's the third person, obviously. It's Avienda, Min, and Elaine. All three of them.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
But, which is just kind of funny.
Matt? That sounds scandalous.
Yeah, how could that be?
Who would sign up for that?
This is gonna be one of those podcasts. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're kind of rambly here. We're just having a good time.
Okay, so we had loosely come off of your favorite scene, and then talking about Matt's one night stand nearly eviscerating him.
Oh, it wasn't a one night stand.
It was not. It was a relationship that spanned months.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean
months.
She grabbed Matt at the end of Shadow Rising, and
it's
not wrapped up till the end of Fires of Heaven. So,
months,
long time. What did you think about Matt being the person to behead Couladin?
That was out of nowhere.
Are you sure? Well, maybe he didn't behead him necessarily, but he killed him.
No, he killed him, but some random person beheaded him and put him on a pike.
Yeah, that's probably what happened, most likely.
You thought it came out of nowhere, though?
Really?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, well...
So you didn't...
Sort of.
You didn't think that every time Matt was trying to run away from the battle, that the pattern was pushing him into more battle?
Yeah,
and he was
but I never expected
gaining
him
more and more followers throughout the battle?
I never expected him to end up being the one to kill the leader.
Did you think Rand would wind up doing that?
Yes and no. I think Rand is starting to realize that he can't just put himself out there to get shot with an arrow or whatever.
Fair enough.
And so he is shooting lightning from the back now instead of... I mean, he's still carrying the sword, and everyone's so concerned about him carrying the sword. I know why the Aiel are, but I don't get why Moraine is so concerned.
Put the sword down. The sword is not necessary.
Also, Moraine's not dead. Neither is Lanfear. They're
Nobody's
talking
dead.
to the
Nobody
the
dies.
foxes.
There we go. There we go, everybody. That's a prediction right here. Matt's claiming that neither
They
Lanfear
fell
nor
through-
Moraine are dead.
I mean, we saw the description that they fell through
But the door also
the
melted.
doorway.
It melted.
Don't you think that'd be uncomfortable?
After they fell through. It's not like they're in the door.
So I think Matt is a person who subscribes to the "if I don't see a body, they're not dead" theory.
If I don't see balefire,
That's the right approach.
That's the right answer. Yeah, there you go.
they
Hellfire
are
or
not
nothing.
wiped out of the pattern. They're still around.
So is that, Matt, is that a general best practice? If when you kill someone, turn around and like balefire their body just for good measure?
Yep.
I guess he could.
I mean, that's the so back to our.
Would that work?
Let's revisit Zombieland here, guys. What are the rules? Always double tap, and balefire is like the ultimate double tap. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you balefire the body, does the soul get balefired? Or do you have to balefire hard enough that it erases back to when the soul was in it?
I don't know.
see,
I don't know.
All right, now
We should
we're
do
getting
some
into
testing.
the metaphysics of the wheel, of which I have answers for that, but Matt is. Let's let him
I
just
don't
enjoy
know.
this read.
I'm just gonna enjoy the book.
Yeah. Just
then-
enjoy the books.
We'll,
So,
we'll
back to you
blow
enjoying
his,
the books.
We'll blow his mind with metaphysics once he finishes The Memory of Light. So
But oh gosh, there's so much to like about this book.
yeah.
Um,
So what? Back to the balefire comment. How did that make you feel when Matt and Avienda died?
I was very shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, is this Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones?
Absolutely.
And was
Did you-
very shocked.
Did you like how uncomfortable Asmodean was about that?
Oh yeah, Asmodean died
Oh,
too
yeah.
there, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
He
Yeah.
died twice in one book.
Mhm.
And then he was very uncomfortable about it.
Yep. But I mean, it's just awesome, right? Like Ram Balefire's arriving so far back that it undoes what he had,
Yes.
what
And
he
we're
had
talking,
done.
what, like 50, somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes?
Yeah, maybe even an hour. Oh goodness, my dog is barking. So
Hi, Charlie.
yeah, he's around. Anyway, yeah. What do you think about like the mechanics of Balefire like that? Previously, we've really only seen it to get rid of Dark Hounds and the errant Balal. So
It's a little confusing.
Mhm.
Like, can you balefire someone so far back that no one even remembers they existed?
I don't know. Can you?
You would,
What do you think?
And if you did that, would that mean there would be whole entire family lineages that would just appear? Because families wouldn't have died in the past.
Mhm.
You're saying like if you killed a murderer, like if you balefired a Forsaken,
Mm-hmm.
thousands
Would
of years out of
everyone
the
that
pattern.
they would have killed or would have been born
Ooh.
from the people they killed be
Whoa,
alive?
I wish I could talk
But I mean,
about
I
this.
don't
Yeah,
think
I
I
mean-
don't think there's enough power.
Matt,
to do
we
that.
we
There's
have
power.
we have definitive answers for these questions, but there are still some things about this that are forthcoming in the future
All
books.
right, all right, all right.
Yeah, that's why
mean,
But
it's
there's
difficult to
plenty
talk
of
about this.
power.
Oh,
They do have the
100%.
tiny little statues, and like maybe you can link and balefire.
Oh, you're talking about the
With the
access keys
statues?
that Rand found?
Yeah, the Chado doll,
Sheldon Call.
Choden cow.
Choden call. Chode. Everyone calls him
Chode.
Chode. I know it's Chode, but that's how most people say it, is the Choden call. It's just
Choden
like the
call.
taint. It's just like the
Choden.
taint. We got to roll with it. This is
Okay.
the
That
way.
name.
This is the way it goes. So
that name.
you hate the name. You hate Choden call.
Sheldon Call
Sheldon
sounds
Call.
so much better to me.
Shaden
Sheldon
call.
It's definitely a CH sound, Matt. I think everyone's in agreement on that. It's not.
Okay.
It's not like a sh CH sound. It's a.
Okay.
It's a ch
Anyways,
sound.
like if you had two people linked, both using that, maybe that would be enough power.
Wait. Two dudes linked using that? You saying?
No, there's a male and a woman.
Okay, just have to just making sure we're clear on it. That's all.
You mean like if a man were to be seduced by a particularly attractive and questionably evil female channeler and linked,
no,
what could happen? Is that what you're asking?
More like, okay, so
no.
Can more than one person use a Angreal or Saangreal at a time? Like if two people were touching the same Saangreal,
you already know
they
that.
both use it? Oh, I do already know that. Because that did happen.
Yep, that's already happened.
Yes.
Well, we know they both used the access key. Can we generalize that to Angreal and Saangreal?
Probably.
Well, I mean, the access key is a Saangreal in itself, right? Or is it a Terangreal? It's Terangreal, isn't it?
It's a Terangreal to link yourself to the Saangreal.
It's just a Terangreal. But the statues, the Choden Call, they are
or more of the orbs, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's the whole statue.
Okay.
I'm comfortable telling you this. It's not the orbs. Yeah, but it's the whole statue. Like, the whole thing is one piece. Like, there's not multiple pieces to this.
The fact that there are multiple access keys implies that multiple individuals could have been drawing on either of the Choden Call from various places at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple? We only have a male one and a female one.
No, that's it.
There were. Originally.
No, I think there were only two. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Because there's a broken one in Tenchiko.
Is there one described?
Is that the case? I'll have to go back and do the research. I thought there were only the two.
But
yeah, I thought there were only the two. It'd be cool if there was.
And it would make sense, I guess, too.
Right.
Well, then you can deploy them as like weapons of mass destruction in the war.
It would and would not make it breaks some things about what we know about the Age of Legends if there are multiple keys, other than just the two.
But anyways,
Matt, hold on, Matt doesn't know that far back yet, so.
Dang it. Okay, Matt.
What was I saying? So, like, I guess you could link up multiple men and women. So, you can do 13 women linked together, but to make the circle larger, you have to have men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know how big the circle can get. I can't remember. I think they said.
It's like 72, I want to say.
Something like that.
If I'm recalling off the top of my head, which is imperfect, it's like 72.
Like if you have a ridiculous amount of Aes Sedai and men working together, maybe you could balefire someone far enough back to where they would exist. Or not someone, a Forsaken specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they never did their evil deeds in the first place.
I think... I mean, you don't get an answer to exactly that question, but by the end of the series, you'll have an answer very pertinent to your question.
Yep. Very, very pertinent. So, anyway, so Matt, who's your favorite character in this book? Let's just go.
And why is it Matt?
I am interested to see if he swung to Matt or if he's going to stick with the girls. Because the last couple of books, he said it's been the girls. From Dragon, even in Dragon Reborn, which is Matt's book.
Matt, had some good parts. But I think I'm going with the girl.
Really? Awesome.
No!
So specifically Nynaeve or Egwene, who? Let's call it out. Because they're separated at this point. Elaine, was it Elaine? Do you like Elaine? That would be a hot take if you liked Elaine. I'm just
not Elaine.
No,
it's not Elaine.
It's never Elaine.
It's going to be.
You might as well say Gawain.
All right.
I mean, Egwene did have some highlights too.
Yeah.
She's really coming into herself, and I mean, at this point, she's more of a wise woman than she is an Aes Sedai.
Yes, that's so awesome about her story path, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So,
so
she's awesome.
You know, she's Aes Sedai trained, but not a ton.
Right.
Like, she has maybe like 2 months of real Aes Sedai training. Something like that. 3?
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty close time.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
plucked away
But
pretty
she's
quickly.
been with the wise women for like 6 months.
She has 4 months of like Shan Chan forcing training.
Yes.
Right.
So she's already reached her like maximum
really
potential in the power.
learned a ton.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
from all
Right. And
places.
in her time leashed, she was actually taught some skills
Yep.
that she would never have learned
Right.
in the tower. So
Yep.
like how to delve and things like that.
and one much more important skill.
Mm-hmm.
Dream walking.
Not that one.
Not that one. Dream walking is not tied to the one power. There are non-channelers who can dream walk.
Let's just rock on though, because I think
we'll
that's
rock on.
mildly spoilery.
No, he's seen it already with the wise ones when they train Egwene.
Okay, wait. What is it? You can tell me. I've read the book.
So in the Shadow Rising and in Fires of Heaven, Egwene trains in dream walking with the wise ones, and there are some of them who can't channel but can dream walk. So dream walking is not a power talent. Dreaming, like seeing the future, the possible future through dreams, is a one power talent. So if you can't channel,
so that's
you
not
can't
a talent
dream.
either.
No. It's a one power talent to be able to dream and see the future in the dreams. However, dream walking is separate from the one power.
Are we going to ask the implicit metaphysical questions about that, or are we just
No.
Well, so like what?
No.
So what was she doing? What?
Oh no, I didn't say anything. You didn't hear anything.
Anyway,
No, not that. You were saying that she was able to.
Anyway, kind of moving on. We lost the train there for a minute, but yeah, Egwene is awesome. I really always kind of enjoyed her story arc, especially in these earlier books. Like she's our mirror of Rand, right? Like honestly, she is our female protagonist who walks a similar path but different. And kind of, sometimes acts as a foil to the male protagonist. And then that's not what, right. Yeah. And that's not a perfect comparison because we have 5 main characters from the same village, who all have their own unique story paths, but definitely those two more than the others, kind of their paths more mirror each other. But
5 people all co-starring in Tom Maryland's epic series.
In his epic tale of the Dragon Reborn, and in Loyal's book. I have to write my book, Rand.
I miss Loyal.
But I wouldn't miss it. I have to write my book. So
Okay.
Loyal wasn't even in Fires of Heaven.
Oh, so sad, because he's still in the Two Rivers with Perrin, who's also not in the Fires of Heaven. So he gets a vacation.
Yeah.
They mention him, but he's not in this book at all. He does get a vacation after that terrible battle of the Two Rivers that just left everyone drained.
And
they do
probably
mention him.
Yep.
Significant PTSD.
That is actually, that's kind of nice that him being mentioned, well, offhand, is what kind of wakes up more gaze from her compulsion stupor.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she escapes.
Compulsion. That's dirty.
Yeah. She escapes the palace in Andor this book, right?
Yes.
And she does that with the help of some folks that we've met before. Going all the way back to
innkeeper.
book 1. Yeah.
Some good old friends.
Good old Basil Gill there and his entourage, as well as a Queen's Guard who had a couple of mentions.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you expect to see Talonvor come back? Really? Like, he was like a throwaway in the Eye of the World, and then he's like a throwaway in the Dragon Reborn. And then, like, what? This dude just keeps coming back. I guess he's important.
In my head, when I read the series, this was in book 1 and book 3. Talonvor was like
nothing. He's
mid-20s. No. Yeah. Like, my picture of him was like mid-20s.
Oh,
low to mid-20s. And then in this book, I'm like, oh wait, that doesn't work. Like it.
No.
I was very uncomfortable with the dynamic that was evolving until it dawned on me I was just totally wrong about my characterization of him.
Morghese is like mid-40s.
Yeah, I'd say Talonvor's mid-30s to early 40s.
Yeah,
really? In that range. Yeah.
I got the impression that it was much more of an uncomfortable age gap between him and Morghese.
It could be. I mean,
maybe I read that right, and there just really is a big age gap.
I don't know. I always pictured him like since he is a Queensguard, he's a captain, if I remember correctly.
True.
That's a career.
Then, he probably would.
That's
be
a career
30s.
position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, unless he was from some high noble house that bought the commission, and I'm getting into this is speculation based off of historical analysis of our current age, not the third age. So.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be reasonable to assume that he rose through the ranks organically, and
probably so.
That would make him, if not mid-30s, early 30s. Now he could be like 20-something, but I don't recall him having a hard age ever.
You would think Morghese would just be tired of people being interested in her or her being interested in people and just want a break.
Oh, no,
girl needs a break.
No, that's not how the Wheel of Time works, Matt. You'll see.
Well, she needs one.
There are metaphysical reasons why she needed one.
Not really, but okay.
And it all has to do with Robert Jordan.
Gotcha.
There are some authorial reasons, but nothing ill-intentioned. Just to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Just,
which depending on how you read literature, makes it metaphysical to the world.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
So she is dead. To everybody.
Yep. Drew had to step away and leave us, as you all know, being a parent of a child is taxing. So. Matt, there's one more thing I want to ask you. It is taxing. It keeps you busy.
What would you like to ask me?
I want to ask you about Birgitta. Come on, what do you think? We haven't talked about her. She's ripped out of Tel'aran'rhiod in the world of the flesh. Now is Elaine's warder. So does that mean? It's a little confusing because does that mean other things in Tel'aran'rhiod can be ripped out? I don't know. I mean, she's not like a thing, though, right? Like she's a person bound to the wheel. So when you're bound to the wheel, I think you're like kind of in all places.
Yeah. That
the wheel is at once, like in some weird aspect. But yeah,
Nynaeve mentioned to Rand. That he should not stay in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Nynaeve mentioned that to Rand?
Was that Nynaeve? Yeah, it was. After Rand killed Raven.
Okay.
Ravine. All right.
Ravine. But I didn't know Nynaeve was. Oh, did she run into Rand in Tel'aran'rhiod?
Yeah. After he No, he did not.
So who was it then that told him that?
Somebody told him. And I can't remember who.
That's fine.
But somebody did tell him.
Okay.
That he should not be physically in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Okay.
For very long, or else it can affect him, but they were very vague about it.
Okay.
And so
we'll have to go look that up later.
If you stay in there for too long, I wonder if you get attached to the wheel Like, if you can end up like a hero
Well,
on purpose.
I mean, you already know this, but Rand is already a hero of the Horn.
Yeah.
So he's already attached to it.
Yes. Wait, sort of. Wait, what?
Rand is already being the Dragon Reborn is already bound to the wheel, buddy. So
Okay.
like he can't. He's that.
Well,
that
yeah, he's bound to the
really-
wheel, but he's not a Horn of Valir hero.
Yes, he is. He even is addressed as such by Arthur Hawkwing at the end of the Great Hunt.
Okay. All right. all these books. I've already read 6 or 5. I can't even remember.
You've read 5.
They all start running together.
Yep. Oh, I do want to point out that if you want to read New Spring, you're in a good spot to do it as well.
Okay.
Most people would have recommended reading it before Lord of Chaos, but you could always pause and then do New Spring and then come back.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anywho, so Brigitta's in the world of the flesh now. They saved her life by...
Yes, she's the
Elaine
first
did.
Known female warder.
At least in this age, yes.
Yes.
So,
That's
pretty
crazy.
What do you think? How does that make you feel? How cool is it?
It's pretty crazy, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And so obviously she is going to be green. I don't think she's going to unleak from Brigitta.
And we're back because my camera died. Literally just died on us. So, I think we've covered a lot of this book. We've talked for almost an hour nonstop about the Fires of Heaven. Clearly, there's a lot more to unpack. Maybe we'll hop on another call here, in the future. Hopefully, we can schedule it with Drew and get him on as well, because I feel like these conversations always flow better when it's the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
So. But so everyone, thanks for tuning into this episode. Matt, any closing thoughts?
I am looking forward to Lord of Chaos. I'm not really sure what exactly that means.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, again, everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Gleemen. Matt, thanks for joining me and talking about your experience. I wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season. Probably will see some light content from us and many other content creators out there during this time as we all just kind of hunker down and spend some time with our families. I hope you all do the same, safely and socially distanced, of course. And if you want to find more of our content, you can find the podcast version of these episodes in your favorite podcatcher. And if you want to watch the videos, we are on YouTube at The Gleemen. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Gleemen. If you want to follow us there. Don't forget to check out the episode of The Dusty Wheel that I was on, as well as the Wheel Reads podcast. And I thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, everyone.